Russell T Davies leaves Doctor Who. Best wishes and thanks to RTD for all his brilliant work.
I've only just heard this fantastic news. Moffat will be better than RTD, but will still probably carry on RTD's dreary gay agenda crap. Altogether now, don't forget to shut the door on your way out, fathead.
A full series 5. Well done, BBC.
Yes, well done BBC for finally recognizing RTD's fraudulent claims towards being a writer and quite rightfully giving him the push.
Well done indeed for the 5th full series, to build on RTD's fantastic success.
RTD is on his way to collect his P45. Perhaps you could serve him a burger in your clown costume to cheer him up, Rani.
He won't get a P45 though.
You'd better give him some of your stash of the big issue to sell then, Rani. I suggest you also go out and buy some Chuckle Brothers DVDs to watch whilst the rest of us are enjoying Primeval next year, content in the fact that RTD can no longer ruin Doctor Who.
I think you'll still be seeing a lot of just new material on TV, Rob.
Yes, I expect it will be a load of jizz. Lol.
Glad you think the scripts he may still write for the show will still be good.
Hopefully Moffat will have the common sense of not allowing an RTD script anywhere near the program, or at the very least rewrite all of the stupid bits out of them.
They are great friends though. I am sure RTD will be the star guest writer at some point.
What of though? Return of the Chuckle Brothers.
The fantastic Doctor Who, of course.
Fancy RTD throwing a spanner in the works and denying the BBC a whole year's worth of financial profit on their showcase franchise with his egotistical time-wasting and bitchy hissy strops, and thinking he could possibly get away with it, not to mention upsetting the United Nations to the point of them withdrawing their good name from the franchise. The BBC gave him more than enough chances before they were compelled to give Fathead his well-deserved cards on the table for gross incompetence, if you ask me.
I know you have no evidence of this.
No evidence. The evidence is the franchise thrown on hiatus all of next year, you pillock. What further evidence do you need?
Someone actually saying RTD has been sacked would be helpful.
It's not my fault if you want to stick your head in the sand like a great big emu and pretend it isn't happening.
I would like to hear it from someone in authority, not a cranky fandor.
Look, Rani, RTD had his fucking chance and he blew it. Now it's time for Moffat to have a go. So time to move on and to get over it, I think.
I'm looking forward to the new series in 2010, but I just would have been interested to read about RTD's sacking in the press, or in an official statement.
The papers have far more newsworthy things to be reporting upon, rather than each time someone is laid off for incompetence. They were probably only getting Fathead's side to the story. He's hardly likely to go around shouting out about getting his cards thrown on the table in front of him, is he?
Well, the BBC issued a statement, so they could have put the record straight. I think you're telling porkies again.
Obviously the BBC had to cover for him, because they didn't want the scandal exposed of RTD wasting public license payers' fees, installing their expensive flagship program in these cash-strapped times. It would be very embarrassing for them to expose all of Fathead's misdemeanors which they've allowed him to get away with for so long.
I asked where you got the information on this cover-up from. You seem unwilling to tell us.
The information is in the facts that RTD very costily stalled the BBC's main flagship show and upset the United Nations.
But that speculation does not in itself prove he was sacked. Now if you are saying you have a leaked BBC memo, that would I agree be evidence.
Do you honestly think producers who down tools for a whole year on one of the BBC's primetime flagship shows are going to be kept on, Rani? What planet are you living on? RTD's planet Zog?
Just show us the leaked memo and we'll accept what you say is more than mere prattle.
It's not prattle, it's common sense, Rani. If I walked into work and refused to do any work for the next year, I think the boss would sack and replace me too. Perhaps they do things differently at your workplace and don't mind employing loads of layabouts.
Show us the memo.
Do you honestly think your boss is going to waste time writing memos for no good reason if you told him you aimed on sitting on your backside doing nothing for the next 12 months? He'd just give you your cards on the table instead, and that's what happened to RTD.
If you are sacked, you must be given the reasons in writing.
They don't need to put anything in writing when it is common knowledge that RTD was publicly stating that he intended on loafing for a full year instead of doing his job. Fortunately, the BBC have now found someone far more capable and willing, so now there is no longer this problem with shirkers.
So come on, let us see this letter you have.
The proof was in RTD openly bragging about slacking off for a year to every third-rate subpar journalist who could be bothered listening to the fathead's idle boasts.
That's proof he was bragging, not that he was sacked.
No, he was bragging about living off license payers' money for sitting on his fat ass doing fuck all, when he should have been making a series, the lazy loafing selfish cunt.
He wanted to make the specials. And now he has decided to move on.
Rubbish. He wouldn't get his fat head out of the door and he allow someone more capable of running the franchise. Weep it up.